Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the MLB slate on DraftKings for Thursday, April 5th. We just have 3 games today on the main slate, the night slate at least. That's the slate I'm going to be covering. So we got a quick video today, but we're still going to go through pitchers and talk about all the pitching options I like for today. And of course, I'll give my 3 hitters, 3 bats I like, talk about some stacks, and some of the top BVP plays on the slate. But before we do get started, guys, make sure you drop a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. And if you are new and you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, make sure you subscribe down below. Just lets me know that you're enjoying my videos and just motivates me to put out more content. Really would appreciate it if you would subscribe. But yeah, guys, starting off at pitcher on today's 3-game main slate, we just have 6 options. One of the options listed here, Michael Wacha, he's actually not the projected starter for the Cardinals today. It looks like Adam Wainwright is actually going to be the projected starter. He's being activated from the disabled list. Fantasy Labs has him in as the projected starter. So Wainwright's going to be pitching for the Cardinals today, not Michael Wacha. Just want to go ahead and clear that up since Wacha is listed here. So we got Robbie Ray, John Lester, Adam Wainwright, Homer Bailey, Brent Suter, and then Steven Brault. Those are our 6 options for today. Our 2 guys over 10K are John Lester and Robbie Ray. Definitely looking to pay up for one of these guys. I do like Robbie Ray today at 11,700, just because I feel like he's a much more safer option than Lester is. He has a lot more upside than Lester. I'm not going to pay over 10K for John Lester. I just don't feel like he's a pitcher that's really worth that price tag. Whereas a guy like Robbie Ray, even though he's 11,700, and that seems like a lot to pay for Robbie Ray, it's only a 3-game slate. Our options are really, really limited. A guy like Robbie Ray has strikeout upside. Going to St. Louis, to Cardinal Stadium, it's a much more pitcher-friendly park, getting out of Chase Field. Like that upgrade for Robbie Ray. He's pitched well on the road just in the past and throughout his career. Obviously, this Cardinals lineup, they have some good bats, especially guys that can hit lefties well, like Tommy Pham, Ozuna, Jose Martinez. These guys can hit lefties well, but there are definitely strikeouts in this lineup, especially when you get guys like Carpenter, Paul DeJong, Colton Wong versus a lefty. These guys will strike out, especially a lefty like Robbie Ray. They definitely has strikeout stuff. So I'm looking to pay up for him. I just think he's one of the safest options on this slate. He has the most upside. It's pretty likely that he's going to be the highest scoring pitcher on this slate. And getting raw points on a short slate really, really matters. So Robbie Ray's a guy I'm penciling in pretty much in all my lineups today. I don't have a lot of interest in John Lester, like I said. I just don't think he's a $10,600 pitcher. I don't think he has really the upside to pay out that price tag. So then looking for the SP2 options, we got 4 options to pair with Robbie Ray, either Wainwright, Homer Bailey, Brent Suter, and Steven Brault. Obviously, all 4 of these options are kind of gross. We don't really like a lot of these guys. Homer Bailey, even though he was kind of solid in his debut, I just don't really trust Homer Bailey. Steven Brault's probably my favorite SP2 option at 5.4K. The Reds do have a low implied run total, only 4 runs. There are definitely strikeouts in this Reds lineup. Brault's going to be pitching at home in Pittsburgh and PNC Park, which does favor pitchers. So he's probably my favorite SP2 option. The Diamondbacks do have a low implied run total at only 3.8 runs. Maybe you could consider Adam Wainwright here, but I feel like definitely the safe option here is going with Steven Brault at 5.4K. He's really, really cheap. He allows you to fit in some expensive bats if you want to do that. And I do like this matchup with the Reds. There are definitely strikeouts up and down that lineup. I didn't mention Brent Suter, but against the Cubs, I don't really have a lot of interest in Brent Suter. I just don't really like targeting the Cubs, especially in a ballpark like Miller Park that's very friendly to hitters. So Brault's kind of the guy I want at SP2 today. I don't think you can go wrong with Wainwright, but I do like the savings you get. $1,600 in savings you can use to maybe pay up for some more expensive bats. I think Brault can get 15 to 20 DK points here. And if he does get that amount, I'd say that's getting the job done on this short slate. A lot of these SP2 options could get totally rocked, but I feel like a guy like Brault could definitely just get you enough to where he won't kill you. So he's kind of the guy that I want to pair with Robbie Ray. And then the other 4 options, Lester, Wainwright, Bailey, Suter. Definitely Wainwright I have interest in, but Lester, Bailey, and Suter most likely will not be playing them today. Especially Lester, just because he's too expensive. If he was cheaper, I would definitely consider him, but at 10.6 on DraftKings at least, I'm not going to be playing him at that price tag. So then looking for 3 bats and looking for some teams to stack today. Starting off with my 3 bats at first base, there's a guy that I really, really like here. Josh Bell at 4,300 in a matchup with Homer Bailey. Absolutely love. This is a great spot to target some of these lefties from the Pirates. Homer Bailey is not a good pitcher. He struggles with lefties. Lefties have hit hit Homer Bailey well in the past and throughout his career. Bailey's always been a guy I've targeted with opposing teams just because he's not a good pitcher. So guys like Gregory Polanco, obviously Josh Bell, Corey Dickerson, if you're looking for somewhat of a value at 3,500. I think the Pirates make a lot of sense today, even though they're playing in PNC. And that ballpark does favor pitchers. I still like some of these bats. A guy like Josh Bell has a ton of power. I believe he homered on Wednesday, might have been Tuesday or Wednesday. The guy has a ton of power, could definitely take Homer Bailey deep here. So he's probably my favorite play at first base. Then looking to third base, guy I like here to pay up for. He's really expensive, but Chris Bryant at 5,600. We've got the salary to pay up for him since we went with Brault as our cheap SP2 option. We can fit in a stud like Chris Bryant, who I definitely like in this matchup with Brent Suter. Getting the lefty-righty split, Bryant has always been a guy that's hit lefties well, and he's getting a park upgrade here, going to Miller Park, a ballpark that does favor hitters. Even though Bryant's expensive, we can fit him in today, and I just think he makes a lot of sense. Getting a guy like that, like Chris Bryant, that you know is going to get you points, and that has double dong, triple dong upside. If you've got the salary to spend, you might as well spend it on guys like Chris Bryant, just who are going to get the job done for you. So Josh Bell at first base, Chris Bryant at third base, two hitters I like. Then looking to the outfield, there's a guy that I like here, kind of has some BVP going in his favor, but I really like Ryan Braun at 4,300. Against John Lester, he's hit John Lester well in the past. If we pull up the BVP, 7 for 16, which is a 438 average, so Braun's seen Lester well. We obviously know Lester has always struggled with holding on runners. Guys have always been able to steal off of John Lester, and Ryan Braun does have a little bit of speed, can definitely steal bases. So I really like him here at 4,300. I like his price. I like the ballpark in Miller Park. Obviously, I've said that ballpark very hitter friendly. I think people are gonna play John Lester today just because there just aren't a lot of pitching options. You've only got 6 pitchers to choose from. I think Lester's going to carry plenty of ownership, and stacking some of these Brewers bats, I feel like it's really going to be a good way to go in tournaments. Guys like Kane, Braun, Domingo Santana, even Manny Pena as a cheap catcher at just 3K. Like some of these righties for the Brewers, I think they do have upside. Lester, we've seen, is a guy that will definitely get rocked, can definitely struggle at times. So I like Ryan Braun, I like the BVP, like the price tag, like the ballpark. Just have a lot of things going in his favor today. So these are my 5 bats for today, or my 5 plays for today. Robbie Ray, Stephen Brault, Josh Bell, Chris Bryant, and Ryan Braun. Now if we look at some of the teams to stack today, look at some of the team totals on this slate. No team has a team total right now that's above 5 runs. The highest on this slate is actually the Cubs at 4.7 runs against Brent Suter. Next highest would be the Pirates at 4.6 runs against Stephen Brault. I think the team that I'm definitely looking to target is the Pirates today against Homer Bailey. I just don't think Homer Bailey's a good pitcher. I like a lot of these Pirates lefties, think they're going to be really good plays today. They're my number 1 stack, and then probably the tournament stack that I like is the Brewers against John Lester, because I feel like people are going to play Lester today, and some of these Brewers bats are going to be really low owned. You can obviously go to the Cubs because just they have the highest team total on the slate. They're the Cubs. But they are expensive. Guys like Bryant, Rizzo, Contreras, these guys are definitely going to cost you salary, but maybe if you play Suter, or maybe if you play Stephen Brault as your SP2, that will allow you the salary to pay for these guys. So that's really it for stacks. The Pirates, Cubs, and then the Brewers and tournaments, kind of the stacks I'm looking to. And then if we look at BVP, look at some of the top BVP plays for today. There are plays here that are from the early slate, but if we look for guys that are a part of the main slate, David Freese has hit Homer Bailey well, 8 for 26 with 2 home runs. Lorenzo Cain has good BVP against John Lester, 5 for 16, which is a 313 average. Paul Goldschmidt is 4 for 14 against Adam Wainwright with 2 home runs. Ryan Braun, obviously 7 for 16 against John Lester. And then last one, Starling Marte is 6 for 22 against Homer Bailey with a home run. And if we look at pitchers that have done well in their matchups, no pitchers on the main slate have done well, and no pitchers on the main slate have really done bad in the matchups they're facing, at least with a decent amount of sample size. So that's really it for BVP. Not a ton of plays here just because it's a 3-game slate. Really the kind of the guys that stand out to me are like Homer Bailey's getting hit by a lot of these Pirates bats. David Freese has done well. Starling Marte has hit Homer Bailey well. And some of these Brewers have also done well against Lester. Ryan Braun has done well against him. Lorenzo Cain's done well against him. So those are your BVP plays for today. And that's really it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the vid. Gonna be a quick video since it's just 3 games, but hopefully you got some good information out of this video. Hopefully it makes you more prepared for tonight's slate. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you have not already, and make sure you subscribe as well if you have not already. If you do have any questions, you can hit me up on Twitter. I'm always active on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My DMs are open. Feel free to DM me any questions you have. And if you don't have a Twitter, you can just leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck tonight on this slate, guys, and we will see you back tomorrow. Peace.